I literally had a full mental breakdown yesterday because my cat snuck out of the house, and if you're a cat lover, you know how much they mean to you. So I got home and I was getting ready to go to a party, and I went into the laundry to change the litter trays, and I noticed Blue, the white cat, she was sitting outside, and Zeus, my big grey fluffy cat, I'll go get him now. Zeus was like halfway out the sliding door, like about to go outside, and he saw me and he completely bolted out the door down the side of the house. I started running after him, and usually I don't stress about these two, but they weren't meant to be outside and there was no sign of Mommy, my little orange cat. So he sprinted to the front of the house. I was running after him and he ran up to a closed gate, which is like the gate to get into my front yard to get to the front door. So he was trying to get back to the front door. In this moment, I contemplated if this was real life or not, because he ran up to that gate in full pace, jumped up and latched onto the handle. Was hanging on this handle with both of his paws, which pulled it down and opened the door. He swung the door open, jumped off and ran to the front door. He watches me open it every day. And in a moment of panic, he just ran and jumped up and opened the door, which makes me wonder if he was the one that opened the sliding door in the first place. Anyway, I'm panicking getting these cats inside because I still haven't seen Mommy. Searched the whole house top to bottom, like searched all his hidey spots, couldn't find him. I had no idea how long the sliding door had been open. Like, it could have been open for a few hours. The two other cats are pretty chill. They could have like wandered out and then come back in and then gone back out. Mommy is essentially still a kitten. Like, he's still like 7 months old, so I was freaking out. So I called the kid's dad to like come help look for him. He arrives and he's like walking down the street, shaking a bag of cat food, calling out Mommy. Even though I was beside myself, it was kind of funny like watching him because it sounded like he was saying Mummy. So he was like walking the streets being like, Mommy. Anyway, I'm driving around the streets, no sign of Mommy. Beside myself because like he's my little baby, and like I knew that if someone saw him, they would immediately take him because he's just so cute. Like, he's not the brightest either, so like I knew if he went too far, he probably wouldn't be able to find his way back. Noticed he went missing at about 12 p.m. and it got to about 9 p.m. and we hadn't stopped looking like at all. Because Dad was like, I'll just sit in my boot all night and just wait to like see if I hear any sound, see if he pops up. Also, this really mean cat on the prowl. He's like a real outdoor cat, very feral. I just felt like he was hunting Mommy. So he was waiting out to see if there was any noise of like a cat fight or something, he would go and see it. It's dark, it was freezing because it's winter here. I was thinking, is he's gonna be out in the cold all night, and like he eats every few hours, like he's gonna be starving. I was posting on like my area's like community page and like no one had seen him. Looked it up, and apparently like cats, especially kittens, if they run away, they tend to like stay around their area. A lot of the time they're just too scared to come out, so they wait for it to calm down, like wait for all the traffic and noise to calm down, and then they'll come out. It's like 9:30 at night and like I'm calling out, and then I just hear a little and I'm like, that's Mommy's meow. Like doing Marco Polo, like he's meowing, I'm calling out, trying to find where he is. We could hear that he was at the neighbor's house, so we knock on their door and like their lights were on, like we could see that they were up. I'd never met the neighbor before in my life, and now I'm knocking on a door at 9 p.m. at night. She comes out with like this yappy dog, which immediately I could see through the slats, like he just ran away. So we're like, hey, like so sorry, like trying to explain the situation, like my cat's ran away, he's hiding at your house, is there any way we can just like go in and grab him? And explain like he's an indoor cat, so like he's not used to being outside, so that's why like we're panicking, blah blah blah. Really nice about it. Like she let us in and we were searching, but like we couldn't find him because obviously he just got scared off by the dog. So we leave and I'm like, I know he's hiding in there, I know he's in there. So like I go out the back of my house and like walk along my jetty, and like I'm like peeking into their fence, like trying to see if I can see him. The dog was inside at this point, by the way, as well, and I was just like shining my flashlight, and I could just see these two glowing eyes through like the slats underneath the house. I was like, that's Mommy. He was just like staring at me, just like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna get him to like come out and like come meet me, but he's not coming. So I end up going in there and like managing to get him out, and he just gives me like the biggest bunts and loves. Like he was shaking, he was so scared but so happy to see me. He had something to eat and just like snuggled with me all night, which was really sweet. Every morning I let my cats out like supervised, and they just go and like sniff at the gardens for like an hour, and like he wouldn't even come out this morning. He was so like traumatized from last night. I'll show you him. He's like sleeping right now. He is sleeping on his little scratcher. Oh. I was thinking like I'm about to move to this country house, and like, you know, it's not going to be the same experience like if he's not going to be there. In those times, you always think about the stuff that you should have done. Anyway, if anyone has experience with GPS cat trackers, please let me know. You can't really do air tags, by the way, because if they go too far, like you'll lose signal. Or if they're under the house, like the signal won't work. Also in rural areas, it doesn't really work because like you have to have lots of iPhones around or something for it to work. And what stopped me from buying them last time is like all the ones that I saw, they were just so like thick and bulky. They would just like hang off their neck. They look like those like ankle monitors that people wear when they're on home arrest. Anyway, I'm so glad they're all back together. Mommy.